Every 4 years, the world's best football coaches do something strange. Before the biggest tournament of their careers, they ban their players from having sex. Not junk food, not late nights out, sex, specifically. It sounds like superstition, old-school macho coaching folklore passed down from locker room to locker room, but the truth is stranger and more biological than anyone expected. This belief has haunted sports science for over a century. The idea traces back to ancient Greece, where Olympic athletes practiced abstinence before competition, believing that semen retention preserved strength. The theory survived for thousands of years with almost no scientific testing. Nobody questioned it, they just kept banning it. Fast forward to the modern World Cup. In 2014, Italy's coach banned players from sex for the entire tournament. Mexico's coach went further, banning wives and girlfriends from even visiting the team hotel. England's medical staff have studied this question directly, trying to find out, does sex actually hurt performance? Here's what the research actually shows. A landmark study published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine measured testosterone, grip strength, and reaction time in male athletes after sexual activity. The result? No measurable drop in performance. None. Grip strength stayed the same, reaction time stayed the same, testosterone levels were unaffected. So if the science says it's fine, why do coaches still ban it? The answer isn't really about sex, it's about sleep, focus, and emotional control. Dr. Ian Shrier, a sports medicine researcher at McGill University, has reviewed this question extensively. His conclusion, sexual activity itself causes no physiological disadvantage, but staying up until 3 a.m. the night before a match, that does. Coaches aren't actually afraid of sex, they're afraid of distraction, of late nights, of emotional volatility right before the most pressurized 90 minutes of an athlete's career. A blanket ban is simply easier to enforce than micromanaging every player's bedtime. There's also a hormonal theory that refuses to die, the idea that orgasm drains testosterone, and testosterone equals aggression, and aggression equals performance. But here's the catch. Testosterone dips after orgasm are temporary, and they return to baseline within hours. By kickoff the next day, hormone levels are completely normal. In fact, some researchers argue the opposite might be true. Intimacy can reduce cortisol, your stress hormone, and improve sleep quality. Lower stress, better rest, which for an athlete about to play in front of 80,000 screaming fans might actually be an advantage. So why hasn't this superstition died? Because football culture moves slower than football science. Coaches inherit beliefs from their own coaches. Tradition gets mistaken for evidence, and in a sport where margins are measured in single goals, no manager wants to be the one who broke the taboo and lost. The real psychological game here isn't physiological, it's behavioral control. Banning sex sends an unspoken message to the entire squad: focus, sacrifice, discipline. It's less about biology and more about building a culture of restraint before the biggest stage in the sport. So the next time a World Cup coach announces a sex ban, know this: the science says it won't cost a single yard of pace, a single ounce of strength, or a single % of reaction time. What it might cost, if mismanaged, is sleep, focus, and a team's trust in their coach's logic. The ban isn't about what happens in the bedroom, it's about what coaches believe happens in the mind.